Look inside your kettle. Look at the bottom of your dishwasher. Look at the shower head in your bathroom. You are looking at a white, chalky crust that is slowly destroying every appliance in your home that touches water. It is called scale. And for the average household, it is responsible for between $400 and $800 in hidden costs every single year. It is ruined heating elements, it is seized valves, it is soap that refuses to lather in skin that feels permanently dry no matter how much lotion you use. Most people think there are only two choices. You either live with the damage, or you spend $2,000 on a commercial water softening system that requires you to haul 40-pound bags of salt into your basement every month for the rest of your life. There's a third option. It costs $12, it requires no salt, it has no moving parts, it uses no electricity, and it never needs to be replaced. You are looking at two strong neodymium magnets clamped around your main water supply pipe. Now, if you have heard of magnetic water treatment before, you have probably heard it dismissed as a myth. I thought the same thing until I stopped looking at the marketing and started looking at the molecular physics. Because what these magnets do to water is not magic. It is a fundamental shift in crystal structure that has been documented in industrial water treatment since the 1960s. And once you understand the mechanism, you will understand why the $2,000 salt industry would prefer you never try this. But here's the detail that changed everything for me. It is not about removing the minerals from the water. It is about changing how they behave. And this is where it gets mind-bending. Hard water is caused by dissolved calcium and magnesium, specifically calcium carbonate. Under normal conditions, calcium carbonate crystallizes into a structure called calcite. Calcite is the villain of your plumbing. Its crystals are jagged, sticky, and they have a natural affinity for metal surfaces. They grab onto the inside of your pipes and the heating elements of your appliances, and they build up, layer by layer, until the water can no longer flow. When you pass that same water through a focused, high-intensity magnetic field, something happens to the calcium carbonate at the molecular level. It undergoes a phase transition. Instead of forming calcite, it forms aragonite. Aragonite is a different crystal structure of the exact same mineral, but unlike calcite, aragonite crystals are smooth, rod-shaped, and most importantly, they are non-adherent. They do not stick to surfaces. They stay suspended in the water, flow right through your pipes, and go down the drain. You still have the minerals in the water, which is actually better for your health, but they have lost their ability to destroy your home. It sounds like a tall claim. So I went looking for the data. I found it in the Journal of Water Process Engineering. Peer-reviewed studies confirming that a magnetic field of sufficient intensity significantly increases the ratio of aragonite to calcite in hard water. This is not a theory, it is a documented physical reaction. But there is a specific way you have to do this, or it will not work at all. And this is why so many people try it and fail. You cannot just tape any refrigerator magnet to a pipe and expect results. You need neodymium magnets, specifically grade N 42 or higher. These are rare earth magnets with an incredible pull force. You can find them at most hardware stores or online for about $6 each. You need 2 of them. You place them on your main water line, right after the meter, but before the water reaches your heater or any appliances. But here is the critical part. They must be placed in a specific orientation to create a focused magnetic field across the diameter of the pipe. You want the north pole of one magnet facing the south pole of the other, directly across from each other. When the water flows through that gap, it is hit with a concentrated burst of magnetic energy. That is the moment the calcite begins its transition into aragonite. Stay with me here, because even if you have never touched a plumbing pipe in your life, this next part is specifically for you. You do not need to cut your pipes. You do not need a plumber. You do not even need tools. You are literally just clamping 2 objects to the outside of a pipe. It works through copper. It works through PEX. It works through PVC. The only material it does not work through is galvanized iron, because the iron pipe itself will absorb the magnetic field before it can reach the water. If you have iron pipes, you have to swap a small 6-inch section for copper or plastic to create a window for the magnets to work. At this point, you're probably thinking, if this is so effective and so cheap, why isn't everyone doing it? We're going to solve that exact problem in about 3 minutes. But first, look at the actual economics of the alternative. A standard salt-based water softener costs about $1,500 for a decent unit. Installation is another $500. Then you have the salt. Most families go through 1 bag a month. That is $120 a year, forever. Plus the water waste. Salt systems have to backwash, meaning they flush hundreds of gallons of perfectly good water down the drain every month just to clean themselves. Over 10 years, that salt system has cost you nearly $4,000. The magnets cost you $12, and they require 0 maintenance. no hauling bags, no checking levels, no salt in your diet, no slippery, slimy feeling on your skin that comes with salt-softened water. So why isn't your plumber telling you this? It is not a conspiracy, it is just a lack of incentive. There is no money in a $12 fix that never breaks. Plumbers make their living on installations and repairs. The salt industry makes its living on recurring refills. A one-time purchase of 2 magnets from a hardware store does not fit the business model of anyone in the traditional water treatment space. But in industrial cooling towers and large-scale manufacturing plants, where scaling can cost millions in downtime, magnetic and electromagnetic water treatment has been a standard tool for decades. They use it because it works at scale without the massive environmental cost of dumping tons of salt into the local water table. Now, let me address the biggest objection you are likely to have. Does it actually remove the scale that is already there? The answer is yes. But it takes time. Because aragonite is non-sticky, as the treated water flows through your pipes, it actually begins to dissolve the existing calcite buildup. It is a slow process of molecular erosion. You might notice your shower head actually clearing up over the first 3 months. You might see chunks of old scale appearing in your faucet aerators. That is a good sign. It means the system is cleaning your house from the inside out. Here's the setup you need to look for. Now you want 2 neodymium block magnets, roughly 2 inches long by ½ an inch wide. You want them with at least 20 pounds of pull force. Wrap the pipe in a bit of electrical tape first to give the magnets a surface to grip. Place one on the left, one on the right. Secure them with a heavy-duty zip tie or more tape. Ensure the poles are attracting each other through the pipe. You will feel the pull. If they are pushing away from each other, you have the poles reversed and the field will be canceled out. The total cost at my local hardware store was exactly $11.82. Think about what that $12 is actually buying you. It is protecting your $3,000 plumbing system. It is extending the life of your dishwasher and your washing machine. It is stopping the white crust from forming on your coffee maker. And it is doing it while keeping the healthy minerals like calcium and magnesium in your water, rather than replacing them with sodium. You now know what $2,000 depends on you not knowing. Every time you see a commercial for a salt-based water softener, remember the crystal structure. Calcite versus aragonite. It is a battle happening inside your pipes every time you turn on the tap. For $12, you can make sure the right side wins. If you have tried this, or if you are about to, drop a comment below. I want to see the photos of your kettles after 30 days of magnetic treatment. Don't just watch your appliances die. Position yourself to keep them running forever for the price of a sandwich. That's it for me today. Hope you learn a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.